Hey guys, thanks for checking out another day of With. So for this last day, we want to do something different. I want to be able to kind of talk to you personally because I know you're reading a lot of what I'm saying, but I wanted you to actually hear me say this last part because I believe this is so important. I've been telling you a lot about my life, a lot about my family, and I get to share one more awesome fact with you. So in my family, there's two types of people. There's people that are really insanely good with directions, and then there's people that have to call the people that are really good with directions on a regular basis. I mean, they'll get to the end of the driveway and have to call my dad to be like, where do we go next? Like, oh my gosh, like we're so lost already. I mean, that's just our situation. But I mean, I think we all know like directions are important. I mean, we're all trying to figure out where do I go next? What's the next decision? What am I supposed to be doing? Where am I supposed to be going? Or where do I want to be going? And even those feelings of I have no idea what direction I'm going in or what I'm doing. And I think a lot of times we end up in these situations where there's big decisions, small decisions, and we almost have to bring it back to the big picture of where am I going though? Of like in the end, like, yeah, this is where we're at temporarily, but ultimately, like, where are we going? I mean, the Bible kind of tells us pretty clearly, like in the end, like we're either going to spend eternity with Jesus or we're not. It's heaven or hell. Like we get that decision, but a lot of the times what I've realized is the way that I used to think about heaven and hell as a kid is the same way that I think about it today. And this way of almost thinking about it like, all right, I need to make sure that I prayed to Jesus recently enough, or I went to church recently enough, or I did this recently enough so that the ticket that I have to heaven is still valid. The way that I had in is still valid, but maybe the way that we think is to heaven, the way that we think that is going to get us to the best outcome, the ultimate happiness that we could ever receive or get. What if we're wrong? See, I love how Jesus talks to his disciples about this whole discussion. In John 14, he's talking to them and they're asking them about this of, all right, Jesus, how do we get to heaven? How do we move on to the next thing? What's the big picture here? How do we keep going? And Jesus tells them, like, you guys know this. And they're like, no, we don't. We need to know. And Jesus says this phrase, maybe you've heard it before, John 14:6. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. I mean, that right there, that captures all of it. I mean, we want to know the way. It's Jesus. And a lot of the times we're so fixated on where am I going, heaven or hell? And I mean, the real question is not where am I going? It's who am I walking with right now? Am I walking with Jesus now? Because really, heaven's not going to be so great if I don't already know the architect. Heaven's not going to be such a wonderful place if I'm not going there to be with Jesus. I mean, that's the point of all of this. That's the whole message of all of this is we want to be with Jesus, and that's where everything changes. That's where the best outcomes come in. That's where everything is supposed to be, with Jesus. So as you're thinking about this and reflecting on John 14, that's going to be the main question that you kind of need to keep with you today of, am I trying to get somewhere or am I trying to walk with Jesus? Hope you guys have a great day.